Imagine being handcuffed in front of your own home accused of stealing your own Rolls Royce. Yeah, that was me. All because of a power-hungry HOA president who thought she could crush me with lies, fines, and intimidation. She had no idea who she was messing with, and by the time it was over, her empire came crashing down harder than she ever expected. Act 8. The Spark. I'm 22 years old, a young entrepreneur, recently married. My wife Sam and I moved into Magnolia Ridge, a neighborhood that looked like the American dream. Neat lawns, safe streets, gated community. The kind of place you expect peace and quiet. And honestly, I wanted that peace. I worked hard, saved up, and bought myself a car I'd dreamed about since I was a teenager. A cobalt blue Rolls-Royce Spectre. It wasn't just a car. It was proof that everything I'd hustled for meant something. Sam loved it too. For us, it was more than a ride. It was a milestone. But peace never lasts long when Karen's around. Karen Glass, mid-50s, blonde bob, pearls, clipboard never far from her side. The self-proclaimed queen of Magnolia Ridge. Officially, she was HOA president. Unofficially, she acted like she owned every inch of the place. At first, I thought she'd just make snide remarks like, "When I wash the rolls," she'd mutter about obnoxious displays of wealth. But then, one morning, I got a letter taped to my door. The letter claimed my car was a commercial vehicle parked illegally. They demanded I remove it immediately or face fines. I laughed out loud. A Rolls-Royce. Commercial. But it didn't feel funny for long, because the fines started rolling in. $5,000 for excessive tire marks on my own driveway. $10,000 for noise disturbance. $20,000 for running a business from home. All nonsense. All made up. Sam was furious. They can't do this. Right. This isn't even legal. I tried to call the HOA office. Guess who answered? Karen herself. She said, "All complaints are routed through me. You'll comply, or you'll be removed." And she hung up. That was the moment I realized this wasn't about rules. This was about Karen flexing power. Act. Escalation and the breaking point. Things escalated quickly. Suddenly, men in fake security uniforms stood outside my house, arms crossed, just watching. Compliance officers. Karen called them. To me, they were just scare tactics. Then came the day I'll never forget. I was in the garage, wiping down the rolls, music playing. Next thing I know, police cars roll up, lights flashing, officers approach, and before I can ask what's happening, they're slapping cuffs on my wrists. "What's this about?" I shouted. One officer said, "You're being detained for possible vehicle theft. A report was filed." A report. From who? You can guess. Karen. She stood at the edge of the driveway, arms folded, smirking like she'd just won the lottery. But the victory didn't last. The cops ran the VIN, checked my paperwork. Everything came back clean. The Rolls was mine. No question. The officers apologized, took off the cuffs, and left. But not before half the neighborhood filmed the whole thing. Me, the criminal, standing in my driveway in handcuffs. Karen wanted humiliation. She got it. That night, I sat on the couch, exhausted. Sam put a hand on my shoulder. We could move, just leave this mess behind. And honestly, I thought about it. I felt beaten. Maybe I was stupid for thinking we could live here without trouble. Maybe we should just sell, take the hit, find somewhere without an HOA nightmare. But then Sam said something that changed everything. This isn't just about us. It's about everyone here. If she can do this to you, she can do it to anyone. Are you really gonna let her keep running people's lives? She was right. This wasn't about a car. This was about control. So I fought back. My buddy Rick, a tech genius, offered to help. We set up drones, directional mics, even hacked into public HOA filings. What we found was ugly. Karen had been funneling HOA funds into a shell company run by her brother, Martin. Fake repairs, inflated contracts, emergency landscaping, $500,000 siphoned out of the community. And then came the smoking gun. We intercepted a phone call between Karen and Martin. She said, "Once we push him out, that lot will be perfect for the EV spa project. Just make sure the paperwork disappears. Push me out." That's all this was. I was just the target she picked to scare everyone else. Now, I had proof. Act 3. The climax. We planned it carefully. The annual HOA meeting was coming up. Karen loved those meetings. She'd strut in like royalty, scolding homeowners, waving her gavel like it was a scepter. But this time, we were ready. Rick set up a live stream, connected to a projector in the community hall. Neighbors packed the room, some already whispering about fines, threats. The fake security. Karen opened the meeting with her usual smug tone. First order of business. Non-compliant vehicles. She shot me a glare. Some residents think they can ignore the rules. That's when I stood. Actually, Karen, I've got something to share. The screen lit up. First, the bank records, tens of thousands transferred from HOA accounts to Martin's fake company. Then the drone footage, Karen meeting Martin behind closed gates, handing over HOA checks. Finally, the audio recording, her voice crystal clear. Once we push him out, the room erupted. Gasps, shouts, people pulling out their phones. Neighbors who'd been silent for years suddenly found their voices. Karen's face drained of color. This is doctored, she screamed, but no one believed her. Then Derek, one of the neighbors, stood up. I lost 10 grand because of your fake violations. I want it back. Others chimed in. The crowd turned on her. Karen tried to run, but cops were already waiting outside. They'd been tipped off with the evidence in advance. As she stormed into the parking lot, officers closed in, cuffing her right there beside her prized Lexus. Her brother Martin was arrested the same night. Fraud, embezzlement, conspiracy. The Queen of Magnolia Ridge had fallen. Closing line. Bullies build kingdoms on fear, but the second you shine a light, their thrones collapse.